And the head coach is Will Brown. He joins us every Monday here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
We're good, Coach. We're good. How's the team? And what's your mindset right now? Feeling good about the matchup tonight?
Yeah, I think the team is loose. We've had a couple of very productive practices, and I think they're anxious to play. We have shoot-around at noon. And, we've just got to make sure we walk out of that shoot-around feeling really good about ourselves. We know we're up against a very good basketball team, and, I expect a very hostile environment tonight. They draw well, and, wouldn't be surprised if this was a sellout. So I think poise and composure is going to be huge, especially for our three young perimeter players.
Well, I said last week, tell me if you agree with this, I think in a lot of ways the meltdown that you had in January could actually come back and help you tonight in a weird way. Maybe it's just me and my mindset, but I know the meltdown, you blew a 21-point lead, but you also had a 21-point lead on that court, so you certainly knew how to get a big lead and play well on the road on that court. Do you agree with that or not?
Well, I think you can look back and say, hey, you already went on the road, and for 35 minutes or 34 minutes, you played really good basketball, and you put yourself in a position to win down the stretch. Ultimately, we did not win the game. I think we're a different basketball team now. Devontae Campbell was not in the rotation when we played Stony Brook, down here the first time, and then the second time we played Stony Brook, Devontae spent a lot of time in foul trouble and fouled out, but only one of his fouls was guarding Woodhouse. He got two offensive fouls, an over-the-back foul, and then a diving for a loose ball foul, and I think that hurt us as well. And Woodhouse has averaged 22 points a game against us in the two games that we played. First one basically without Campbell, second one with Campbell sitting on the bench in foul trouble with fouls that I think he can control. But I believe in conference play, since they've opened that arena, Stony Brook in conference play is 39-4 at home. I know we're one of the teams that have won there. So, it's difficult. The way our league tournament is situated right now, they're getting a home game. They have a history of playing well at home. So we're going to have to play well to win this game.
Will, throughout the years, we have observed that your teams, and this is just a fact, not stroking you here, but your teams have consistently gotten better down the stretch of seasons. And it feels like here we are again, it's March, and Albany is crescendoing. Is that the way you feel right now about this basketball team?
Yeah, I do. We probably have less reps or less playing time with our core group than probably most of the other teams in the league, because it wasn't until the fourth game of conference play that Devontae became a big part of what we do. And so I think we're continuing to get better. And we have, in my opinion, in the last at least 6 years, we've continued to get better. And last year, I thought heading into the conference tournament, we were playing the best basketball in the league. We had beaten Stony Brook badly, like a week or two prior to the conference tournament. And I thought if we had an opportunity to get back down to Stony Brook, we would have a chance to win that game in a championship-type game. But we stubbed our toe big time in the opening round of the conference tournament. We didn't make that mistake again. I think this team has continued to get better, and I'm really interested to see, how we maintain our composure and our poise in a difficult environment. But again, I think, in my opinion, the pressure, is on Stony Brook. They're playing at home. And the other thing, too, is if you look at the two teams, we're going to roll out three 19-year-old sophomores on the perimeter. And, they're going to start veteran experienced guys, fifth-year senior in Woodhouse, fifth-year off guard in Mitchell, fourth-year junior in Nyama, juniors, Santil and Sturdivant up front. Secunda, first guy off the bench, fifth-year senior, and it's just they're older, they're more mature, they're more experienced. With that being said, if we can maintain our poise and composure and not get caught up in the energy in the building, I've told our guys over and over the past few days, if they hit a 2 or they hit a 3 or they dunk the ball, the points are going to count the same as if we hit a 2, hit a 3, or dunk the ball. It's just that there's going to be a lot more energy when they do it because they're going to have, 5,000 people behind them. So, it's really important that we don't allow them to go on any big runs. As you guys know, basketball is a game of runs. We have to limit their big runs and how many runs. And if they do have a big run, we have to respond with a run of our own. I do expect this game to be very close. I think the team that can find easier ways to manufacture offense will win this game. We have to find some ways to get some free baskets, whether it's offensive rebounds, transition, getting to the free throw line. We know all about them. They know all about us. And, this is a game where, hey, players have to make plays, and, the toughness plays come into, factor in. We've got to get the loose balls. We've got to block out all the little things that allow you to be successful. We have to make sure we win those areas tonight.
And, Will, you have more scoring right now than you had the last time you played him, right? You feel like you've got more than just David Nichols coming off that incredible 40-point performance the other night against Hartford and Joe Cremo. It's more than just those two now to get you points.
Yeah, it is. I think tonight especially, it could come down to the other guys. We know how good David and Joe have been and how consistent they've been throughout the year. But we need Devontae to get us a couple of baskets. We need Travis and Steyer to get us a few baskets. I think the X factors for us could be Enema and Rowley, our two seniors, that can provide some leadership for us. Dallas making some shots. Mike can get us a couple of buckets. That would greatly help our cause, especially as I expect Stony Brook to really do a great job crowding David and Joe. And when we get in the lane and they crowd us, our bigs have got to find space. Our other perimeter guys got to slide up, slide down, and we have to be willing to make those passes in crowds and not force shots up. We wasted an awful lot of opportunities in Albany, when we drove the ball to the basket to find other guys. And, I think tonight's a night where we've got to get some drop-off layups and some kick-out threes, to put some pressure on their defense to not allow them to consistently force us to play in the crowd.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Zach and I will make the trip as soon as we're finished here. That fun little 4-hour road trip to Stony Brook on the way end of Long Island, and we'll see you tonight for the pregame.
Sounds good, guys. Safe travels.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Will Brown, and the game tonight will be on 104.5 at Team ESPN Radio. Zach and I with the call, starting with the pregame show, sponsored by Mohawk Honda at 7. Tip time is at 7:30.